We're outside to film again because, as you know, if you want to learn some Japanese, you got to go out there and do it. Let's talk about this book. It is called Fluent Forever, and if you can see down here, or how to use Anki, because that's what it is. It is a glorified user manual on how to use Anki. I came across this book about 2 years ago. I was in Japan in a bookstore, and I wasn't originally a book reader. I got into audiobooks because I started listening to positive messages on my morning walks, and then that got me into reading books, which got me into reading books about learning languages. So I picked it up, and it's an interesting little book. It's a unique one because it's about how using Anki to learn foreign languages. And a lot of people, or a lot of language learners, they point to Anki. They're like, that's how you do it. That's how you learn a language. But I kind of disagree, because Anki can either be the best way to learn or the worst way to learn. It's all about those exercises that you use. There are some good Anki exercises, and there's some really poopy ones. So let's talk about those poopy ones, because there's a lot of them. And I used to do one of them. I said this in the last video. I used to, on my on my language exchange rides to Seoul on the train, I would pull up my smartphone, and I had on the front side, I would have the English sentence written right here, and then my job on the backside was to recall that sentence verbatim, word for word, no mistakes, mister, or you do that card in 10 minutes. I used to do that for like 2 years and torture myself with those cards. So I don't really recommend it. There's better ways to use Anki. And that was just something I did. But if you go online, it doesn't matter if you're learning German, Chinese, Hungarian, you're gonna find user decks with essentially the opposite process. So you'll see maybe the Korean on the front side, and then on the back side you have to spit out or think of the English translation on that back side. But it's better because it's not as stressful, but it's also not as helpful. I think it's you'd have to try it yourself, and if you do it for a few weeks or a few months like I did, this is what eventually might happen. And I found a deck for Korean. It was a deck that someone made for the sentences that you can find in Korean dialogues on the Talk to Me in Korean website, if you know who those guys are, if you study Korean. Awesome website. So essentially you'd have these cards, and it would say something like this: 그 여자는 의사 차카 차카 차카. And exactly, that's the point. I didn't just forget what was on that card. I only remembered the 3 first words, because it started when you do these cards for a few weeks. You'll suddenly, it might have a epiphany that those first 3 words, 그 여자 의사는, that will trigger instantly what's on the backside in your brain, the English side, because I realized that my memory for memorizing English sentences was a whole lot better than memorizing Korean sentences. And you didn't need the rest of the sentence on the front side of the card. So it's okay, but I think you could do a lot better with Anki. And if you want to do better with Anki, that's the book. This is the book to do it. Inside, you'll find 8 different exercises. And, not all of them I'm a fan of, all right? I'm not just saying, this is the best book ever. It's got some organization issues as well, because there's 8 of these cards, and as you can see, I marked it up when I read it the first time. They have grammar cards, phonics cards, Cloze cards, pronunciation cards, writing cards, and spelling, and a couple other ones. So there's 8 cards, and it's very overwhelming when you read it for the first time, because you're like, what do I do with all these cards? They're just kind of thrown at you. Here you go, catch it. So you got all these cards, but you'll realize that there's some really good ideas in it as well. And it got me thinking, you know, I mean, I can't say I'm a follower of this method, but it got me started on my own method. And because I read about close cards for the first time and production cards, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. You got close cards and production cards. And then I realized, well, he does say the weakness of, you know, these flashcards is listening, you know, because you're not getting enough listening practice through these flashcards. And that got me thinking, what if you, on one side, you put the file, use a text-to-speech service, and then put that on the front side, audio file, and then you had to recall it in Japanese or Chinese on the back side. Like it would be on the front side, Japanese audio file, and then you'd have a Japanese sentence on the back. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. So it got me started thinking about, you know, more effective Anki exercises. And that led to my Cloze listening and shadowing flashcards that I do today. So if you're looking for a better way to use Anki, this is the book to do it. If you're looking for, you know, I took 6 months after I read this. I took 6 months to, you know, figure out what worked for me. And if you're interested in, you know, what the flashcards that I found, I'll leave a link to that book below. So that's pretty much it. Go enjoy it, and we'll see you next time.